What's up, guys? My name is Jerry, and today's video is going to be on the Cleveland Cavaliers, and we're going to be talking about how this team has created their very own style of winning, and we're going to jump right into the video. Now, looking at the Cleveland Cavaliers this season, they're 23-18, and they're sitting at 6 on the Eastern Conference, and this team was so dominant at one point this season that they were sitting at 4th in the East, and then they were also sitting at number 1 in the power rankings in the Eastern Conference, and then they started to lose some games, this season has been so wicked as far as COVID. They kept getting different. They kept getting different players on the COVID list, and then Darius Garland was on the COVID list. So, that hampered them a little bit. But this season, the Cavaliers have been so dominant on the defensive side of the ball. It's really been their focal point. They've been playing defense so well that this season they're sitting all the way at number 3 when it comes to defensive rating. And then also another thing that they've excelled at this season is sharing the basketball, as they sit at 8th in the entire league in terms of assists. And you can really see that out on the court, how much these guys enjoy playing with each other, sharing the ball. They call themselves a pack of wild dogs. They be barking out on the court, and I think that's pretty cool, man. But anyways, man, we're gonna talk about how the Cleveland Cavaliers got to this point, and we're gonna have to rewind all the way back to all the way back to last season. I don't want to say it was towards the beginning of the season, maybe towards the All-Star game, but the Cleveland Cavaliers got involved with a blockbuster trade that involved James Harden. I can't remember every little detail of it, but I know the Cleveland Cavaliers got Jared Allen out of it. And I feel like that was a pretty good, pickup for the Cavaliers in terms of he's a young player. He was only 21, 22 at the time. And to me, Jared Allen has a lot of upside, and he's your prototypical big man as far as when it comes to rebounding, protecting the rim, running the floor and finishing around the rim. He's really good for that. So we fast forward to the offseason, and I believe Jared Allen was a free agent, and I think everybody believed he was going to test free agency, and we get around to the draft lottery, and we see the Cleveland Cavaliers get the 3rd pick. So once that happened, they selected Evan Mobley with the 3rd pick. And then, moments after that, probably like a week, as soon as free agency opened, I believe they signed Jared Allen to I think a 4-year, $110 million deal or something like that. A super big deal, which led me personally, I'm not gonna lie, I'm gonna admit when I was wrong. I was one of those people saying, if you just drafted a center, with the number 3 pick, why would you go out and sign why would you sign Jared Allen to this extension? Because at the time I wasn't thinking that these two guys can coexist on the offensive side of the ball together. But, obviously that's been proven wrong. And to add fuel to that fire, they go out and then they acquire Lauri Markkanen. So, I'm not, and this is really all, JB Bickerstaff, man. I heard he was responsible for making most of these moves. So, he might be, he obviously knew something that, we didn't know, or at least I didn't know. He's a basketball genius for this. But to add fuel to that fire, to my state of confusion, they went and got Lauri Markkanen. And I remember, I know you guys remember at one point, the Cleveland Cavaliers, their roster had they had more big men than they had guards, than they had wingmen. They had Taco Fall, Kevin Love, Lauri Markkanen, Jared Allen, and Evan Mobley. So, they had a lot of bigs. So, I didn't really know what the Cleveland Cavaliers plans was, but, once the season, once they really started winning some games, we saw them running that lineup with, with Evan Mobley, Lauri Markkanen, Jared Allen out there. And then you had not Jared Allen, but you had Darius Garland running the 1 spot, and it's really been one of the most dominating lineups on the floor, and particularly in this video, that's what we're gonna be talking about, the style that I think that the Cleveland Cavaliers have created. I've never seen nobody do this. They're running 3 7-footers, in their lineup, and it looks fluid out there. It looks like like they're actually making it work. And we're gonna start off on the defensive side of the ball, and the trio of Lauri Markkanen, Evan Mobley, and Jared Allen. When it comes to defensive rating, when those 3 are on the floor, the Cleveland Cavaliers have the best defense in the league. And the way they do it, man, Jared Allen and Jared Allen and Evan Mobley are, two of the best. I can say this about Evan Mobley already. He showcased it. They're two of the best rim protectors in the league, and they really don't let you get anything off in the paint. And then Lauri Markkanen, he's done a great job this year playing passing lanes and just, using his length to his ability. And all three of those guys, man, they're shifty guys. Like, they can move their feet. And the scary thing is about it, the way this Cleveland Cavaliers team is constructed, especially when Isaac Okoro is healthy, they have the defenders out there to where, Evan Mobley and, Jared Allen, they don't really have to move their they don't really have to move their feet for real. So, this team has been really dominating on the defensive side of the ball, and that trio is the main reason for it. I think it's crazy that they have the best defensive rating in the whole league when those three guys are on the floor. And then they also been making it work on the offensive side of the ball. And I know Lauri Markkanen has been in a shooting slump recently, but if you look at it, he hasn't had Darius Garland or Ricky Rubio at his disposal. And those are the two best playmakers on the Cleveland Cavaliers. And I know when Lauri Markkanen originally came back from his, I think it was his first COVID protocols games, or he returned. I don't know if it was from injury or COVID, but he went on a crazy high shooting streak, man. He was averaging like 14 points per game and shooting 38% from the 3-point range. So, Lauri Markkanen, he's a key component to this offense when it comes to floor spacing, and that's really important when you got two guys like Evan Mobley and Jared Allen, down there, in the paint. And more specifically, I want to talk about the duo of Jared Allen and Evan Mobley, because it's really good. They're, they're the new Twin Towers in the league, man. I know you guys remember Tim Duncan and David Robinson. I'm not saying that these two guys are that, but there's something similar to that in their own way. They're out there dominating in their own different, way. Evan Mobley, he's coming to the league. And he makes playing with he's the guy that makes playing alongside Jared Allen happen, just because of how versatile he is. He's shown this season that he can knock down jump shots. He's hit a couple of threes this game. He's shown that he has face-up game. I done seen him catch the ball at the top of the key, hit a guy with a couple of jab steps, and then one dribble spin to the rim. So he's showing he's showing he can create for himself. And then Evan Mobley is also a great playmaker. He sees the floor so well. And I remember when I was making draft videos about who guys should draft, that was one of the things I talked about that was underrated about Evan Mobley. Like, he's such a good playmaker. He sees the floor so well for a 7-footer. And then Jared Allen, he's really improved. Every facet of his game this year, making like 68% of his post-up shots. And then he's coming in here, he got his big contract. He's playing up to it, having a historic season. He's averaging, he's close to, he's on track to be the first player in NBA history to average 15 plus, 10 plus while shooting 70% from the field. So, big props to him. And then they got a magician running the show in Darius Garland. Darius Garland is another guy who's improved every facet, of his game this season. Shooting the 3-ball, especially shooting his dribble pull-ups, getting to the rim with explosiveness, and then finishing with both hands. And then also, he's another guy that makes Evan Mobley and Jared Allen work together just because of his ability to be a threat. And then when he attracts the defenders, he's able to make that lob pass to those guys, or he's able to, get the hockey assist. I've seen Darius Garland get so many hockey assists, when he passed it to somebody else, and then they make the one more, and it's a wide open shot. So this Cleveland Cavaliers team, when they're fully healthy, they're super dangerous, and I've never seen anything like this. 3 7-footers out there, and then you got Darius Garland running the one, and this is really cool to watch, man. I really like this Cavaliers team. I think they've been really surprising, and I think they've created a new style of basketball, man. So let me guys, if you enjoyed this video, leave a like, comment down below what you think about this vid, if you agree or disagree. Am I tripping? Have I missed the NBA season where we seen something like this? Let me know down in the comments, and then also subscribe for more weekly content. We do this all the time, man. And that's curtains.